Good afternoon and welcome into Ruff's Golf Club in Horsham, Pennsylvania, the site of the final round of the Ruff's annual Golf Classic. It's live on video here on Bob Long Sports. My name is Bob Long, and alongside me, my cameraman Tim Anderson. We have a great round of golf for you on hand here today. It's the culmination of a two-day 72-hole golf tournament, a championship worthy of the field of players that have been part of it so far this weekend. Kyle Martin leads all competitors at 39 under par. That's 58, 58, and 55 to go 12 under, and 15 under, respectively. Ruff's Golf Club, you see right now the picture of the leaderboard. This is a three-flight tournament. The championship flight, high-level golfers that, in many cases, like Kyle and Tim Anderson, who you see on the bottom of your screen as well. Also, the man on camera. Phenomenal golfers that have played at the high school and college level. You have the tournament flight, also very, very solid golfers. And you see some very low numbers, including Trainer up top, 17 under par. He represents the final grouping from the tournament flight. And then the sportsmanship flight, some of our longest and most entertaining competitors that battled it out for 3 rounds. But a cut has been made, and there have been 5 individuals that have had the opportunity to play the 4th and final round. And in the clubhouse with the final round, Corey Bayata, 2 under par in the last round, 9 under par, which is tied with Kevin Long. Long with 18 holes to play. We'll have that in just a few minutes. Dan Gallagher went 2 over par, even par for the championship, and then Bob Long, myself. The reason that I played earlier in the round is so that we could produce this live video broadcast. 9 under in the final round, 6 strokes back of Kyle, but Kyle with 18 holes to play. A little bit about Ruff's Golf Club. It's been here for 12 years. It's in the Nestle little woods of Horsham, PA, surrounding homes and areas in the neighboring areas of Hatboro and Horsham. It's a 662-yard, 18-hole course where essentially you're given 2 to 2.5 putts on the green, and you'll see very shortly what some of those surfaces are like and why we do so. So let's get a little panorama of the course if we can. Again, Tim Anderson on the camera. We take you off of the scoreboard and show Ruff's Golf Club in all its glory. We will see holes through these woods. We will see holes over the marshy area that you see on the right-hand side of your screen. And then the orange flag waving in the backdrop. That is the first 9 holes will play to that physical green. And on the left-hand side, that is the other green on the 10th through 18th holes. Of course, that blue shed will become a factor in many a hole, having to go under, having to go around. And then in terms of the woods in the back, that is a hazard that players can choose to play from if they have the appropriate lie. OB on the left. And this has been a golf course that has taken on a lot of rain here and has responded very, very nicely. But now we will turn our attention to the first tee, where the final game of the 2017 Ruff's Annual Golf Classic is ready to commence. Let's start with hole number 1. And as we identify hole number 1, this is a par 4, 41 yards. It goes from a downhill lie, have to go over top of the batting cage. You see the very long grass there as well. And having to stay short of the hazard behind, that's the challenge here. So now live look at Kyle Martin, who will tee off first. A 58, a 58, a 55, and now ready to take his first shot. Martin, a liner, gets caught up in the rough about 15 yards shy of the green. So next up will be Tom Trainer, trainer of McCall Country Club. Martin plays his golf at Commonwealth Country Club locally. Trainer very recently came back from Jamaica and now returns to championship golf, where he feels very, very comfortable. This is our first final grouping in his roughs career, a long-time vet. Trainer at 17 under par. That's a good-looking shot as it bounds up towards the green, and it will come up just about 4 yards short of the green. And that'll be a nice opportunity here. These guys have had a lot of pitch opportunities from just off the green. It's, like we said, very, very important to stay in front and not go too deep. You see the trouble behind the green. So Trainer, a good first effort. Next up we have Kevin Long. Long has improved every time out. Even par in the first round, 3 under par in the second, and 6 under par, a 64 in the third. Once again, the ball on a downslope. Long takes a wedge. That's a good-looking shot. It'll bounce through the rough and come to a stop just onto the first cut. So we're underway here in the final round at the Ruffs Annual Golf Classic. Kyle Martin, as he walks up to his ball, found his way into the rough. As we mentioned, this is a gloriously sunny day here. And just about 1:30 p.m. was the last we saw of the clouds. But it was a very muggy day, a lot of rain that the course saw. So the championship finishing in style. First to play will be Long. And actually he'll defer to Martin, who still plays in the rough. Martin's shot rolls towards the hole and past it, and there you go. It just squeaks on by and continues to run. Pretty good effort. We'll have an opportunity for birdie from there. And now Long will take his second. A little bump and run here from Long as he pops it up, and it comes to a rest 2 feet from the cup. Well done from Long. Staring his first birdie. Needs to finish that one off from 2 feet away. Now Trainer. That one scoots a little bit to the left. A good shot from Trainer. Now 3 birdie opportunities coming for our final grouping here in the Ruffs Annual Golf Classic. Here's Martin's birdie putt. And it won't go down, just a little bit short. But a good putt and a par save for Kyle Martin. And he remains at 39 under par. Trainer hits his birdie. And he is into red figures on the round. Now Long to finish. And does. So birdies for Trainer, Long, and a par for Martin. And we move on now to the par for second. The par for second, relatively short, 42-yard par 4. Trees on the left, the creek on the right there. Have to keep the ball low, but of course the danger behind becomes the issue here. And you saw the sticks behind. That has come into play many times here, as that force to keep the ball low also takes away the opportunity for these players to stop the ball at will as they would with a 56-degree wedge or a pitching wedge. This hole will be played off a mat, so a clean look off the tee, which is not always the case here at Ruffs. Trainer to tee off first. That's a good-looking shot from Trainer. Rolls up towards the hole. Will it go down? Just a couple feet short. And a good eagle opportunity for Trainer as he kept it below the trees and allowed it to run. So now Long steps up to the mat. Already at 1 under. Hits his shot a little bit lower. Has the same run trajectory. And it'll come to rest just a few feet from Trainer. So a great start for these two. Now Martin caressing a 6-stroke lead over Bob Long at this point in the clubhouse. And his shot rolls up towards the green. And again, a very nice shot. You see the 3 golf balls right there. Martin maybe 10, 12 feet from the hole. Martin, or I should say Trainer and Long, about half of that. 3 eagle opportunities coming up. The Ruffs Golf Club, created in 2005 by Bob Long, Kevin Long, and Kyle Martin, all of which who lived in the surrounding neighborhoods of this golf course. And it really is a wonderful design. It's seen multiple iterations, and it's grown in popularity. It's a record number of golfers that we had this year. 16 golfers as Martin blows his eagle putt by. We'll have a little bit of a tester coming back for birdie. Now he'll defer to Long. Long with an opportunity to go to 3 under on the round. 12 under for the championship. That putt does go down indeed. An eagle 2 for Kevin Long on the 42-yard par 4 second. Now Trainer. In and out. It cut the lip just at the edge and would not stay down. He'll tap in for his birdie 3. So now Martin cleans up his as well, a birdie for Kyle Martin, and after 2. It's Kevin Long, the low scorer in this game. We'll now move to the par 3. The par 3 third. Only 17 yards, goes right across the creek. You'll see that creek from this angle here, but there's a little bit of a backboard there with the shed, and at the tops of the stalks that these gentlemen will have to shoot over. Not a particularly difficult hole, but of course we've seen guys go into this in the past. In fact, both Kevin Long and Tom Trainer, in uncharacteristic shots, put the ball right into the creek. Still find themselves here in the final group, but again, those shots perhaps lingering in their memory as they step to the tee now. Long will tee first. He has the honors. After the eagle 2 at the second. Will he pop this up, or will he more blade it with the pitching wedge and let it run? Likes to go with the blade. Now it runs out towards the cup, and it comes up a little short, but that's a fine shot. We'll give him a good birdie look. Now it'll be Trainer donning his Jamaica soccer kit with the black shorts and the sandals. Trainer pops up a little bit more. That one rolls within a few feet as well. So these guys early tearing up the golf course. It was extremely slow this morning, but now starting to run out a little bit. Martin flies it nearly to the pin, and then it rolls past. Cinder blocks along the the blue shed there, and that's bred some interesting situations throughout the course of the week. It'll pop one way or another, sometimes in a way that you wouldn't expect, but that one softly rests against the concrete. And now for Kyle, he has the opportunity for a free drop here. When you're up against a man-made establishment like that, you get everything but the grip. So if you stick the head of the club against the shed, pull the ball out to where the metal on the shaft stops and the grip starts, that's where he can place his golf ball. They'll all have birdie opportunities here on the par 3 third. And if you didn't catch us right at the top of the broadcast, all 9 holes, playing from different tee boxes over the course of the grounds, play to this green. Martin's putt goes down. It rolled around the cup and dropped. So a birdie 2 for Kyle Martin, and he goes to 2 under through 3. Now Long for his birdie opportunity. Already sitting at 3 under through 2 holes. Putt goes down for birdie. Kevin Long on fire so far. He went even, -3, and then 6 under par in his first 3 rounds. Already 4 under through 3 here in the final. Trainers will not go. Couldn't get it to go from there. Now collects himself. And the par putt goes. So Trainer at 2 under par. Kevin Long at 4 under par, and Kyle Martin at 2 under par. We now take you to the par 4 fourth. This hole through a batting cage on the left-hand side of the grounds. There's an opportunity to get it under the initial batting cage netting, and then when the net isn't doubled up against itself, it's tied up towards the middle. If you can get it above that double tethering, there's an opportunity to pop that golf ball through the hole, and then again to that same green. We zero in now on the tee box as Martin arrives with Long and Trainer close in pursuit. At 2 under now, Kyle Martin, 41 under par for the championship, set a course record this morning, 55, 15 under par here, a par 70 golf course. Already 8 strokes ahead of the leader in the clubhouse, which is me, Bob Long, and has an opportunity now to just pad the numbers, and this round could become a coronation of sorts. Martin, a 5-time champion here at Ruff's already, looking to win 6 of 7. Long goes through, and a nice shot. It got over top of the rough. That's the challenge here on this hole. If you do try to keep it low and go through the netting, oftentimes it gets caught up in the rough, but that one did not. A good shot from Long, and it came up short of the creek behind. Now here's Martin, sitting at 2 under on the day. Martin elects to go with a fly way, and he does. It's a great shot. Gets it through the top of the netting, and it lands just high of the green. That will be a short chip for Martin. Now here's Trainer. Trainer eyes up our camera. Anderson, watch out over there, why don't you? He's come this way every time he's played here. Takes a shot. It's a good shot from Trainer, and that'll give him an opportunity to go at the pin, and it'll give us an opportunity to catch our breaths and say, wow, good thing he didn't howitzer our equipment. So we live for another day, Tim. He says 5 yards short of his target. Uh-oh. That's where I'm standing. Now Trainer will address. About 30 yards from the hole. Will that ball get a nice kick? It will a little bit, perhaps a little chunky from Trainer, but an opportunity for his birdie from the top portion of the green. And he's made his fair share of those putts throughout the course of the weekend to get to 17 under par, entering today 19 under par for the tournament. As we go live to the green, as Kevin Long sitting at 4 under par through 3 holes to take his eagle opportunity from just off the green. And this could become a storyline here as well. Started the day 8 strokes behind Trainer for 3rd place. Here's a shot from Kevin. It'll roll up towards the green, and that should be an easy tap-in. Great use of the pitch and run from just off the putting surface, and it released well towards the hole. Now here's Martin. Martin got a little bit behind that one, hit it a bit fat. Not that he can't make that birdie putt, but it's not the tap-in he was looking for. Trainer's 3rd. Rolls it along. It'll come up just a little bit short. That for par for Tom Trainer here at the par 4 fourth, a 41-yard par 4. Martin's putt goes in and out. So that birdie putt does not go, and Martin will settle for par here at the 4th hole. Trainers goes around and down. And Long's birdie putt is good. So a par for Kyle, a par for Trainer, and a birdie for Kevin Long all of a sudden. Long is 3 shots up on Trainer here in this round. Now we'll move to the par 4 fifth. Par 4 fifth, a long one here, 50 yards, coming from the opposing neighbor's home. Going through the trees, you see how delicate this shot needs to be. The pin all the way through there, but most players will elect to go around or through. And now we move towards, and I would stop it right about there, Tim. That's about as good a look as we'll get here. And this is going to be the toughest tee shot to see on the golf course here today. First to tee off will be Kevin Long. We'll just follow the golf ball. That one goes through, a nice little kick to the right, and now it bounds on down towards the green. Good looking shot. It'll be a decent little pitch from there to get to the green. We'll call it 8-9 yards short of the pin. Next should be Martin. See if we can get an eye here. That shot a low runner, kicks, and it's going to settle right behind a tree. So it will be a tough shot there. And that was Martin's first here on the par 4 fifth. Now you get another look at Martin's golf ball. Bit of a gnarly lie down there. That one knocked a tree and went back towards the tee box. So now Trainer with some trouble. Should open up the tree line just a little bit for Trainer and may give him a bit of a easier route to the hole. Wave hello to the good folks at home. Trainer punches it through. A good little shot there. And now that'll give him an opportunity for his birdie. Martin sees his ball now, and we'll take you that way as he identifies his golf ball and tries to find the solution. How close can he get it here? Nice little chip around, and that comes up nicely onto the front portion of the green. Kyle with a birdie opportunity there. In the hot baking sun, these three duel it out in the final group of Roughs Golf Classic 2017. Long's runner. Will it hold up? It will. Gets hole high, 4 feet from the pin. Well done from Long, and that's another birdie opportunity. Reminder, he sits 5 under par through just 4 holes. The eagle on the 42-yard par 4 second was the big number he dropped so far. 3 strokes up on Trainer, behind whom he started 8 strokes at the beginning of this round. So that becoming a storyline here. The open stance from Trainer, rolls it up, and that will roll well by the hole. A little bit of a collection area, dirt-filled collection area right behind the green here on the front nine at Ruffs. Trainer short of that. That portion of the green matted down, so he won't have to putt it nearly as firmly as he would have the other way. Kyle firm and fast and center cut with a birdie putt to go to 3 under par through 5. Now it will be Trainer for his par. A long par putt. Important one to save. Trainer's putt will not go down. So close, and that'll be a tap in for a bogey 5. You see a lot of golfers here at Ruffs as we wait for Kevin to putt his birdie. And he's unable to convert. It was halfway down and popped out the backside. So Long settles for par, remains at 5 under through the first 5 holes. You see a lot of golfers at Ruffs not even go to the putter. That's not something that I do. I retain a pitching wedge, a 60-degree wedge, and a 5-iron for punch shots. Trainer does the same. Kyle Martin with his Scotty Cameron elects to go the putter route, as does Long. We'll now take you to the next hole, a par 4, and it's the par 4 6th. Off the side of the hill, that's the difficulty here. You see, righties will have the ball well above their feet. The rough just in front of you, of course, danger long. And the distance control can be the issue when having the golf ball above your feet, as well as the inclination for the ball to go further left of the target than you imagine. Here's Martin. Pops it up. Will that stay right of the shed? It will, and it'll settle nicely on the front portion of the green. About 8-9 feet away. Now Long to try to answer. Has the low round through 5 holes in this group so far, 5 under. Long shot's a good one. Could get a kick towards the hole. That'll settle just behind Kyle's golf ball. Will be 2 eagle putts for Long and Martin, respectively. Now we'll turn to Trainer back at the tee. Trainer did not get a lot of that one. Didn't finish the swing there, so that'll give him another look from that same hill, just a few yards up. Trainer pitches the next one forward. That'll stay just out of the rough, but it will be in the first cut. Difficult shot upcoming here for Trainer. It's been a slower Sunday for Tom Trainer. 8 under in the first round, 10 under in the second. And then he's gone 1 over in the third round today. That was earlier this morning, and now 1 under through 5 holes. Here's his third on the par 4 6th. That one blasted by. Will it get a favorable kick? No, it'll come to rest just by the brown shed. He can still get that same relief that Kyle did. Line up the head of the club against the shed and lay it down. When that steel of the shaft meets the rubber of the grip, that's where the ball can go to allow for the proper backswing. But Trainer will be still just off the green as he takes his 4th. Here's the runner from Trainer. Will it release? Not quite far enough to the hole, and he will drop another stroke. And that's a 5 for Tom Trainer, who dips to even par on the day, 17 under par for the championship. Here's Long for his eagle. Could turn things around in a big way. Here's the putt. Will not go down. Ran by the hole a little bit. The short comebacker for birdie. And he holds it. So there's a birdie for Long. An effortless birdie from Kevin Long. He's 6 under. Martin for his eagle. That one runs by the hole as well. Not as receptive, these golf holes here at Ruff's, as they were earlier this morning or even yesterday. So Martin gets his birdie as well, and he's 4 under through 6. We now move to the par 4 7th. This one through the woods, very similar to 5. But this one, the trees come on you a lot quicker, and it's difficult. You need to be accurate off the tee, and if they're not, you're going to clank that ball off one of the trees, but if you can find your way through, there's the safe haven at the end. The 7th green. This tee very similar and very close to the 2nd, where they had to punch underneath, but there was no trees directly in front of them on the 2nd. This there will be 3 trees right in front of the players, and if you had an insurance policy on our equipment, well, this would be the hole that you'd want to make sure was paid in full by. We'll keep an eye over here. Tim, stay safe where you are. Kyle's shot, able to get through the trees. It'll come up towards the shed, and that might have snuck onto the front side of the green. Good shot from Martin. The green's cut just a bit shorter than the rest of the surface here, but a great job by Kevin Long, who steps to the tee now, the groundskeeper who's kept this in fine shape all weekend long. Long shot, a little more pace on it. Doesn't get to the right side, but pops back. Went off the cinder block and popped right back in front. He has a look right at the hole. And here's one for you. So Kyle Martin chasing down what was one of the markers for the tee box. So Long hits a great ball, but on the follow-through, takes part of the tee box with him. No harm, no foul. Now here's Trainer. The par 4 7th. Trainer's shot again does well. That's going to get to the right side of the shed and bounces back towards the hole. A great look there. Hole high, about 6 feet away for eagle. Competitors march onward here on the front 9 of the final round of the Ruff's Annual Golf Classic. Officially started doing Ruff's as a community event back in the year 2009. Kyle Martin, the winner of that tournament. In 2010, it was Greg Goodreds, a fellow collegiate golfer who golfed at LaSalle University and golfed at Hatboro-Horsham High School, that defeated Kyle. And every time since, it's been Martin as the champion and seemingly more dominant each time. We'll get to that as we approach the 8th hole. Long's putt hits the back of the cup with just a little bit too much steam and would not stay down. So that would have been for an eagle too. Now Martin tries for his eagle. Putt also has some pace and ends up right next to Kevin. So comebackers for birdie. Opportunities for Kyle and Kevin should be knock-ins, and indeed for Kyle. Kyle moves to 5 under par through 7 holes. Now here's Trainer for his eagle, trying to stave off a charge by Kevin into that 3rd place spot. It won't go down. He can't believe it. Just a bit short, and Trainer taps in for his birdie. Gets back into red figures for this round, and up to 18 under par for the championship. Close in look at Long's putt, and it drops. Good putt for Kevin Long, up to 7 under on the day. Maintains his 6-stroke cushion, at least in terms of this round, on Trainer, but hot in pursuit, just 2 strokes back of Trainer for the championship, and will now move on to the par 3 8th. The par 3 8th, it'll come from pretty much the behind the green for the back 9. There's the option to go behind the shed or in front, as this view takes you right now. And then the green, well, there's that pin. Martin shot. Good little look there. That'll put him in front. Maintains conservatism there. The man behind the camera right now, he was anything but on this hole. Put shots very close over the course of the weekend, going over top of the shed, even though there's some branches hanging down. So it's risk reward here at Ruffs. Long has gone behind the shed each time. There's a clearing out there, and that could send him into the collection area that we saw Trainer almost get to. Long indeed chooses to go behind, and that'll be a pretty good shot. Opportunity coming from the short stuff. And from that portion of the green, there's actually less grass there, as we mentioned, so won't have to hit it as hard for it to release to the pin. Now here's Trainer with his first on the par 3 8th. Trainer elects to go the safe route as well, and that could be the best of the bunch. Right at the top of the green, he should be putting from there. And all 3 opportunities for birdie. Reminder of where we stand. Kyle Martin at 5 under on the day. For this round, now at 44 under par for the championship. He was 49 under par last year. So now the only thing in between him and the championship, and the only thing that really is a suspense right at the top of the table, is will he break his own scoring record? Decent look there. We'll set up a little bit of a knee knocker for par. Here's Trainer's birdie attempt on the par 3 8th. Doesn't come back and didn't get to the hole. So now 2 short putts for these guys. Kevin Long identifying his options, whether he can get any further relief from that area. And thankfully this one takes a little bit shorter than Jordan Spieth at Royal Birkdale. 3 come to a consensus, and now Long with the flat stick in his hand. Rolls it towards the pin. It rolls around and won't go down. Might have hit the pin on the way by, but certainly took a little bit of a hop. They're wondering if it'll fall. They're given the requisite 10 seconds. And unfortunately for Long, it will not fall. But he cleans it up for par, and he's 7 under through 8. Martin for his par. It won't go. Martin drops a stroke, 4 under for the round, 43 under par for the championship. Here's Trainer. Can't knock his in either, so the 8th hole proving to be a challenge. And without a doubt, as Trainer goes back to even par, in terms of a par 3 versus a par 4, it does become much more difficult to shoot this hole to par and score relative to par than, say, some of the par 4s that we see. The 6th, for example, even number 1. So now we move to the par 4 9th, and this will take you back behind the shed, and you'll see Kevin in just one moment, but back behind that brown shed, you see there's an opportunity to go over top, but rarely will that happen. Usually you'll just come out, and there's your pin. So we'll go to Long live now from the 9th tee box. Sends it out wide. There has been issues here. Long, no problem. But that hill absolutely does funnel to the hazard, right where Trainer is standing right now. So Long, a good shot there, but we've seen other competitors not so fortunate or not so precise earlier in the weekend. These golfers will go 312 yards on the way out. And they'll go 350 yards on the way in. Here's Martin, punches it out safely. Now Trainer will take his shot. A par 70, 34 on the way out, and 36 on the way home. Martin made the comment before the round to me that at times the front nine, it's been tough for him to score on. Now, tough being a relative term, of course, but that he's put more birdies in, more eagles in on the back. So he's acquitted himself quite well here on the front today in this round, sitting at 4 under par. Trainer sends it out a little bit further even than Martin. So on the gettable, par 4 ninth, sitting just 11 yards away as the crow flies. Now these three guys will pitch from off the green for their what would be eagle attempt. Long's great pitch there comes up just a little bit short. Didn't quite release perhaps as much as he thought, but without a doubt that a fine effort from off the green. And he'll put a lid on that ball. Rough's a very green organization here. Simply using the leaves that fall on the ground as the ball markers. As Kyle blows it by the hole, will that stop? It'll stop, but pretty far back. It'll be a long birdie try on the way back. Now here's Trainer from a little further off the green. That's a good-looking shot there. Will it drop? It just slides by the hole. A good shot from Trainer and has an opportunity for birdie. Kyle's putt goes a little bit long, and he'll have that coming back for par. And he's able to convert. So Kyle will make the turn at 4 under. Now Kevin for his birdie. And he can't convert from close range, so gives up an opportunity to go under par there and stays at 7 under. Here's Trainer for his birdie. Well done, and into red figures Tom Trainer through the first 9 holes we've played here at the Ruffs Annual Golf Classic. We'll now move on to the 10th hole. And we have a live look at our leaderboard here. Kyle Martin started the day at 39 under par. With the 4 under goes to 43. Bob Long in the clubhouse at 33 under par. Tom Trainer up top on the right started the day at 17 under par, got into under par and got into red figures with that birdie at 9. Kevin Long at 9 under par coming in was red hot on the way out. 7 under par and up to 16, so just 2 shots clear is Tom Trainer as a charging Kevin Long looks to have an opportunity to sneak into 3rd place. Now the par 4 10th. Same tee box as the first hole. It'll go through the batting cage or over the batting cage is the idea there. What makes it very difficult is there's some overhanging trees, and really when this ball runs, you saw the woods in the background. That's what becomes difficult, stopping the golf ball while putting enough on it to get over the batting cage. It will be Trainer to lead off with his birdie on the par 4 ninth as Kyle Martin and Kevin Long both parred. That's a good-looking shot from Trainer, but it checks up as soon as it lands. It landed well long of the rough, but stayed right there, and that's unfortunate as you get into a little bit of a gully area that did take on some water this weekend, because normally you'd see that ball take off right towards the hole. Now Martin shot. Had a little less on it, but a little bit of a better kick, and he'll actually finish up closer to the hole than Trainer did, just off on the front. A good shot from Kyle Martin. Now Kevin Long will tee it up a little further up the hill, a little further back from the tee box, about 1 to 1.5 club lengths behind. Long shot, a liner, and that will get that kick that he wanted, and that'll roll up right against the shed. Should give him a good opportunity there at an eagle putt. As we mentioned, now moving to the other green. The first 9 holes here at Ruffs all play to the right-handed green, and now on the left-hand side of the property, you see the other orange flag, and that for the back 9. Trainer short, Martin a little short as well. Long at the back portion of the green along the shed. Now as Long takes the opportunity to adjust where his ball should go, Trainer will respectfully take a step back and now will address. That's a good-looking shot. It rolls just by the hole and a little bit to the left, but that pitch puts him in a great opportunity for a short birdie putt. Now Kyle looks to answer. Kyle's pitch, a great shot. It skimmed the edge of the hole and just snuck by. Will be a tap-in birdie for Kyle Martin. Long's putt, very close. A good-looking shot at the hole there. And that putt will put him in for birdie. Kyle, Martin, and Tom Trainer also with birdie putts. Martin converts. Here's Trainer. Sans putter. And that one was skimmed by the hole and actually has a little bit left to deal with here. And that one he does convert. So Trainer with the 4 on the par 4 10th remains at 1 under par. Long and Martin birdied. Long to 8 under par. And Martin to 5 under par. So now the competitors move on to the lone par 5 on the golf course, the par 5 11th. This from 51 yards away. You see the V tree right in front. There is a slot through there, but of course there's other ways to go about this as well. Trees lining throughout. The shed provides a little bit of a constraint in front, and of course OB long and on your left. You see where the fence ends. That has played a part in these tournaments in the past. In the 2013 championship, Kevin Long was playing against Kyle Martin just a few strokes back when they got to this hole. Hit a ball that it landed about 1.5 feet out of bounds. That ended up being the difference. 2015, I was playing against Kyle Martin. Fortunate to have a 2-stroke lead going into the back 9. Got to this hole up 1. Did the very same thing. Now Martin's shot, that will not play any havoc with the OB. But yes, in 2015 with stroke and distance, had to come back to the tee and hit my 3rd. Then hit a tree, and it was a bad hole from there, and that was about all she wrote. So pedigree and history with this golf hole that's impacted champions of roughs in the past. Now the battle for 3rd. Long and Trainer within 1. Long shot gets through all the trees, rolls well. That'll stop well short of the OB and on the front portion of the green. A wonderful shot. Drives the par 4 11th. Now Trainer looking to answer. Trainer was 17 under par coming in, 18 under in the first 2 rounds. He went +1 in the 3rd, and now sits at respectable 1 under par here through 10. But Kevin Long, hot in pursuit, 9 under coming into this round. Already 8 under through 10 holes and just 1 stroke back of Trainer for what would be third place. Second is myself at 33 under par, and first is Kyle Martin at 44. Trainer's shot hits the tree, and now he will get, if he is indeed beyond the property line, a free drop over there. It's course rules because certainly don't want to disturb the actual tenets of this golf course. So for a free drop, you pull that back in. Do not count that as OB, since the tee is essentially on the OB line. So now Trainer, tough to see the lie there. Might have been buried down in there. Some soft grass. Takes a shot. This one through the trees very well. Comes up in the fairway, and he'll have a pitch for what would be his eagle opportunity. So shooting 3 from the middle of the fairway. Long with the shot of possibly the day, but certainly of the hole on this one. Puts it to the left-hand side of the green. OB staring him right in the face, and of course the memory of 2013 staring him in the face, and he hits an absolutely pure golf shot, which will give him an opportunity at an albatross from the front edge of the green. Thanks again for joining us here today. Bob Long on the broadcast and Tim Anderson on camera doing a great job. And the culmination of what's really truly one of the great events of the summer, the Ruff's Annual Golf Classic. Those who were watching the Open Championship turning this way now and turning their attention to Horsham, Pennsylvania, where the eyes of golf fall on this Sunday afternoon. Trainer, a great pitch, which will come just above the hole, give him an opportunity from about 3 feet away. Well done. That would be for his birdie after all that. A very scoreable par 5. Now here's Martin, his albatross opportunity. Nestles up very close, within 1.5 feet of the hole. Well done from our leader, Kyle Martin. That eagle would push him to 46 under par, just 3 strokes shy of his scoring record, which he achieved last year at 49 under par on the par 70 roughs. Now Kevin's putt, just a little bit too strong, perhaps muscled that, wanting the albatross so badly. Still has a good opportunity with a comebacker for eagle. It will be Long to play first. That putt will not go down, and Long, 3 putts for birdie on the par 5 11th, gets him to 9 under par, and now Trainer for his birdie opportunity. Scrambles his way home, and that's a big 4 for Tom Trainer, who maintains his 1-shot lead on Kevin Long for the championship. Martin does seal his eagle putt and gets to 7 under par for this round. Through 11 holes, it's Kyle Martin, now at 46 under par. And moving towards a championship once again. We'll now move to the par 4 12th, and perhaps the future hole. We've had discussions about this here. Over the marsh area, and of course over the shed as well. We won't get a full look at the green here, but you see the OB that's long and the green behind there. So difficult shot, but incorporates a lot of the elements of this golf course, and we'll now see momentarily the golfers arrive at this tee box, the par 4 12th, 28 yards away. Martin, by virtue of the eagle on the par 5 11th, to tee off first. Martin elects to go to the left of the shed. A good shot. We'll put him right in front of the green. A little pitch shot for the second and would-be eagle opportunity. Now Long has gone the back way on this hole as well. They cleared out a lot of brush and wooden and fences and some different structures that were back there. Opens up the area behind the blue shed, and that's exactly what he does. Slow down just a little. And that comes to rest just a bit short of the hazard. Good shot for Long. will give him an opportunity for his eagle. And now we dial back here to the tee box where Tom Trainer stands amidst the stalks here at Ruff's. A pretty picture, without a doubt. The marsh area here with the stalks growing high and full. Now, will Trainer go over or around? Traditionally, he's gone across the front. Certainly the safe shot, trying to keep it right of the rough, but certainly left of the shed, and he does exactly that. Wonderfully done by Trainer. Well played to put himself in a good opportunity to score on the par 4 12th. The Ruff's Annual Golf Classic, July 22nd and 23rd, 2017. This is the live broadcast. It's live here on Bob Long Sports. And my partner in crime here, Tim Anderson, on camera, doing a great job. This is the final pairing, the final grouping, we'll say. A group of three: Kevin Long, Tom Trainer, Kyle Martin. And as we mentioned, a coronation of sorts for Kyle Martin, who entered this round, not even having played his fourth round, with a 6-stroke lead over the rest of the field. I was in at 9 under par in my final round. At 33 under par, Kyle started at 39. And then, of course, Tom Trainer at 17. Kevin Long at 9 coming into this. Now Trainer's look for eagle comes up a bit short. But that should give him a good look at birdie to get to 3 under par for the round. Martin, you feel like he's ready to dump one of these in the hole just off the green. That one comes up short, however. Now this one, very much like on the first hole, when you're behind the hole, there's a little less grass in between you and the cup. Doesn't see as much sun, and as a result, it'll run a little bit more. Long fires it by the hole and perhaps didn't take that as much into account as he should have. Now gives himself a long birdie putt, and Trainer ready to clean up his birdie. Could take a stroke from Kevin here. Trainer starts and knocks it home. Now to 3 under par. Long for a very, very important birdie putt in terms of the standings here. Currently 1 shot up on Tom Trainer through the 11 holes already played. Long's long putt will go down. A big-time putt for Kevin Long to put it in from just south of the blue shed. Call it a 15-foot putt to maintain his now 1-shot deficit as Kyle cleans up his birdie as well. So all 3 competitors birdie this hole. Martin to 8 under on the round, Long to 10 under, and Trainer to 3 under par, and still maintaining that 1-shot lead with just 6 holes to play over Tom Trainer. We'll move forward now to the par 4 13th. The 13th, a straight-on hole. A fellow competitor, Kevin Boswick, said this was the, quote, truest hole that Ruff's has to offer. Straight away, and there's the rough in front, the flag waving in the background. So we'll get a look at this tee box here. Really one of the only flat lies you'll get without some sort of obstruction in front of you, whether that's tree, batting cage, or marsh area. A straight-on shot. Martin blades it a little bit. Will that come up short? It's a good-looking shot there that checked up on the front portion of the green. Great look for eagle. Long shot, a good-looking one, headed right at the pin. It won't go down, but a very, very good look for eagle. Now, this hole in just the previous round, Dan Gallagher, who finished the tournament at even par, hit a ball that almost jarred right in the middle of the hole. It took out a good portion of the edge of the cup, but they were able to fix that up, and no worse for the wear. Trainer's shot will come up a little bit short. Will it escape the rough? It looks like it might not have. We'll have to see how gnarly that lie will be, but he will take his second from the edge of the rough. And as we mentioned, Dan Gallagher's did not go down, but this is one of 2 holes on the golf course that has seen a hole-in-one in the history of the Ruffs Annual Golf Classic. This one, 2 holes-in-one by, believe it or not, yours truly. And then on the second hole, which was the one where you fire it through the trees that are hanging low, but the stumps are not in the way. That was one where Kevin just last year, Kevin Long here in your final group, got a hole-in-one on that hole. Now here's Trainer trying to identify what type of lie he has and whether the ball will fly out or stay matted down. That one looked like a flyer lie. Did a pretty nice job to control the distance there and gives himself a manageable 8 or 9 foot birdie putt. Well done from Trainer from what looks like a tough flyer lie. Now here's Martin. Martin didn't quite get enough of that one. Hit behind the ball, and he knows it. And here we go. It gets very interesting here at Ruffs now as Kevin Long has an eagle opportunity. Hitting his second shot here on the par 4 13th, a 44-yard hole. He shoots this from just feet away behind the hole. Long's putt will not go down. That one's so close, but missed on the right-hand side. So that putt goes down. He's now at 11 under par. And for the moment, draws even with Trainer. Can Trainer answer? That putt does not go down. So Trainer will par that hole. He's at 3 under on the day. Long up to 11 under par. Martin's birdie is good. Gets that home, and he's to 9 under par. And as we move to the 14th hole, all of a sudden, there's another storyline. Not only that Trainer and Long are now tied at 20 under par, but also that the course record set just earlier today by Kyle Martin at 15 under par, 55, could be in jeopardy as Long is 11 under par with 5 holes to play. We'll now show you the 14th hole. This a 56-yard par 4, the longest hole on the golf course. There's more of an opening here than there was on the par 4 5th that shares the same tee box, and all the way through you see the flag there. So it's tantalizing. Still the opportunity for players to go OB long, but you see a much wider lane to get through the trees if you can keep it low enough and let it run up towards the hole. Here's the first shot. It's a pretty good one. Checks up, but then continues to bounce onward. A good shot. And that shot was by Martin. So now Long will tee it up next. Long on the par 4, 14th hole at 11 under par. Long shot, a good one. That'll bounce all the way, and it comes off the edge of the shed. Tough to say whether that would have kept bounding off towards the hazard or if that would have come up right near the hole. But I think all in all, a very good look. That'll be just off the front portion of the green on what's a long and difficult hole to get to here at Ruffs. Now it'll be Trainer to shoot third. He and Long deadlocked at third. Trainer's shot comes out a little softer. A very good look, though. Out to the center of the fairway and a clear look onward to the green. 3 very good shots here at the par 4 14th. Now the competitors walk upward, and See if we can get a good look here at the scorecard. We've had some brand new scorecards done here at Ruff's Golf Club. Many thanks to Mike Krause, who was able to take care of these. And you see the scores of these three guys right now. Up at 11 under par, Kevin Long. Kyle Martin at 9 under par. Really, really great rounds. And, of course, a little shout-out to us, Bob Long Sports, for broadcasting this final round. Now back to action here, Tom Trainer. That's a good-looking shot. That's going to end up really close to the hole. Just in front should be a tap-in birdie for Tom Trainer. A good answer, and now forces Kevin to put it close. But first, Martin rolls it up right next to Tom Trainer's, and these guys are making it look easy out here. It's hardening up with a lot of sun here coming in the afternoon. A glorious day where clouds gave way to sun and blue skies. Martin now at 48 under par after the 13 holes, and well, his scoring record looks all but gone. The 2015 scoring record at 49 under par. Longs comes off the side of the club. Not a good look there on his second, but still an opportunity for that birdie. That's one, the way he's playing, he may have wanted to jar and thought he had a good chance to do so. Now the birdie putt for Long. About 6 feet away in front of the hole. Straight on. And there it is. It wanted to come out, but stayed down. A big putt for Kevin Long as he gets to 12 under on the round. Martin for his par. He's able to tap in. Like clockwork here at Ruff's. Martin now up to double digits under par and Kevin at 12. Trainer to keep pace. And does. 4 under par for Tom Trainer. And the 14th hole, the longest hole on the golf course, and proving difficult to some today. Not the case for these three competitors. It's getting late, and it's certainly tight. Trainer and Long deadlocked now at 21 under par for the championship. And Kyle Martin at 10 under par for the round, equaling his total under par in terms of shots related to par from last year, 49 under par total. Next up, the par 4 15th. Once again, from the side of the hill, just like we saw on the front nine. This time, they'll go to the hole on the left-hand side of the shed. This ball will dart further left than you might think, so important to aim it to the left. Obviously, the batting cage on the left and out of bounds on the left as well. It'll be Martin to start. Martin shot. That'll land over the rough. How will it kick? It comes to a pretty short stop, checked up in that little waist area in front. Collects water when it rains, as we mentioned earlier in the back nine, and that is the case on that shot from Martin. Is maybe normally that would get a bit more of a kick. Now Long with his first on the par 4 15th. Long shot, a liner. That's got to hit something, and it did not. Going to be tough to see where that ends up. Likely in the hazard, and may or may not be a playable lie. Next up, Tom Trainer, sitting at 4 under par for the champion, or for the day, I should say. 21 under par for the championship. Deadlocked with Kevin Long in a tie for third as of right now. Trainer's shot will stay left, and that'll be a little bit right of the batting cage. So that should be no problem for him. A little short, but a good pitch opportunity. Just needs to fly that collection area and then not have it run out too far. But Long may be in trouble here. A liner that went on one hop into the hazard, and we'll see if it is playable. Trainer will address his ball. Kyle looks back towards Kevin as if he's possibly already found it. It looks like he has indeed found it. Trainer exchanging a question as to whether he's found the ball. It'll be Trainer to go first. Trainer chunks his chip, and that's right into that little gully area. So he'll be pitching off for his third from just off the green. Kevin looked like he took a hack, or certainly sounded that way. Unsure as to whether he took a hack and it didn't come out. Now the next shot, whether that's his next or first, we're going to have to get another look here. The one portion of the golf course that we from our cameras really can't get a great look at. Think behind the green at Augusta National at number 12, one of the areas you just can't really get a ton of cameras into. So we're going to get a report from the players themselves after this hole. Next shot punched out from Kevin, and it is a good one. The only thing we don't know is which stroke that is. So this could be big for Trainer here, but Trainer making a little bit of mess of the hole as well. Has to go up and down for par. As Kevin marks the golf ball, it'll be Trainer to come up, likely looking to bump it and run it, see if he can get this to drop. Trainer's chip. It's a good one. Comes up just a little short, and that's one that if you're going to be and fight for this third place spot, that's one you got to make. So he sets himself up with an opportunity to do just that. Big par saves are as important as anything else here at Ross's. As much as you wouldn't believe so with the type of scores we have. And Kyle, center cut. Are you kidding me? An eagle, 2 for Kyle Martin here on the par 4 15th. And gets him to 12 under par for the day. Now Long's putt. That will not drop. Hits the outside lip on the left and squirms right. So that putt drops. Again, we don't know what that was. We saw him chip out and then 2 putts. So at the very least, it's a 4. That's if he didn't hack anything out from back there. And we're going to have to get a sense of what that would be. A good par from Trainer, and he's at 4 under par as we head to the par 4 16th. The par 4 16th, again from the same tee box as the third. The 3 trees in front. And it's difficult to get to this far green. So Long with a 5 we hear on that par 4 15th. Drops to 11 under par for this round. 3 holes to play and 1 stroke back of Trainer for third place. Now Martin staring a possible course record right down the barrel as well. Needs 3 birdies to match what he's done before. A great first shot by Martin. Comes just in front of the rough area. Will be a good look for him coming in. May need to pitch one of these in because it's difficult to score on the par 3 17th without going over the shed, which may or may not be what he elects to do if he chooses to go for that 54. Here's Trainer, a little softer this time. That'll come up short of the rough, perhaps slid into the first cut, but still should be no problem there. Pitching over top of the rough and letting it run onto the green for his second shot. But first, back to the tee box. Long didn't get a ton of that one, but it's through the woods and no problem. We'll have a clear look at the green with his second shot. It's been a good one here this afternoon. A rain-soaked morning, The overnight storms certainly wetted the greens down, probably more than you'd like. But the sun has baked it out here this afternoon. An absolutely wonderful day, climbing into the 80s. Here's Long with his second. Second shot that's going to have to take a good kick, and it does. Running right up towards the hole, just short. A great look from Long on his second. After not his best tee shot, but certainly might have been his best approach. And now we'll have a tap-in birdie. Now to Trainer. Doesn't look like the ideal lie based on his practice swing. He's going to look to have to get through this. Does get through it. Will that stop? It lands at about the hole. Runs out just a little bit. Will be a tough comebacker for birdie. I wish I could say something here about getting third place, giving you a T3 if that gets you qualification for next year's Roughs, but all these guys are invited back anyway. So merely the sport and merely the competition in terms of getting that third place spot. So Martin had a good look on his second. Each of these guys with a birdie putt now. That putt will not go. It was a great effort from the back for Trainer. Looking now to tap in his par. That putt won't go from Trainer. So now staring bogey 5. And does just that. So a bogey 5 for Tom Trainer, down to 3 under on the day. Martin cleans up his birdie. He's at 13 under par, and now Long for what becomes a massive birdie putt and finishes that one off. So how we turn back and forth. Now it's Long with a 1-stroke lead over Trainer for the championship. At 19 under, I should say, excuse me, that's 21 under par for the championship. Trainer at 3 under par for this round, back to 20. So now the par 3, 17th. We'll just continue rolling here. You see the hole. It's right behind the one green. Martin, again, goes the safe route. You'd wonder, with an opportunity to go real low, possibly 54 if he would have gone over, but steady as she goes, continues to attack the course the same way he has, and, well, it's been quite successful, so how can you argue with him? Now Long with that 1-stroke lead. A little bit more precarious going back behind, but perhaps give you a better putt coming back. Long, again, looks to go behind, and he might have done just enough. That's the one portion of the golf course, again, we don't have a great view here, but judging by the pace, it might have gotten through. The only thing is that dirt area behind did get flattened out pretty well and got pretty wet with all the rain here today, so uncertain of whether he has a straight look at the hole or not. Here's Trainer on the 17th. 3 under for the round. That's a good-looking shot there, and that'll give him a good look for birdie from just off the front portion of the green. Now, who will be first to play? It will be Long, coming from outside of our camera view. From back behind the shed. And that putt comes out. It's a good-looking one. Opportunity for par in front from about 2 to 3 feet away. Here's Trainer looking to get this one home. This is for his birdie. Putt rolls, will get all the way. It did, but just a little bit right of the pin. A good look from Trainer. Martin coming from off the green. He's at 13 under par. His birdie will not go. Steamed it by the hole just a titch. 3 par looks. Trainer is in. Martin gets it to go at 13 under par now. And now long. And that one's good, so we head into the 18th and final hole of the Ruffs Annual Golf Classic here in 2017. Kyle Martin has already taken a torch to his prior scoring record. He's now at 52 under par for the championship, and with an eagle here would match his 55 course record that he put up this morning. And let's take a look at the 18th hole right now. Coming from back behind that brown shed, there is an opening to get all the way through to the hole, and that's the way the majority of these players will play this hole today. You see amidst the sunlight there. The flag waving in the distance, but a lot of trouble in front. So we'll see what these guys decide to do here today. There is that opportunity to get through. Here's Martin. Martin, a good-looking shot. That might go in the hole. Very, very close. Gives him a great eagle opportunity. That would be for 55. Now Long, who came into the 18th hole with a one-shot lead over Tom Trainer. 12 under par. A big rebound for a guy who went even par, 3 under par, and 6 under par in the first 3 rounds of the tournament, respectively. A par here would get him to 58. For what it's worth, a hole-in-one here would get him to 55. He's got the distance to get it there. Long shot, hits a tree, and goes into the hazard. I don't know where they're going to have to drop that, whether that ball ever came into play or not. That's really the question as to whether he'll be able to drop it where he is right now or whether he'll have to re-tee. And we'll get our cameraman in on shake of the head. Did that come into play before it? No, he says no. He didn't think it came into play at all other than going into the hazard. So we'll see whether the 3 competitors agree and where he'll have to drop that golf ball. Now Trainer looks to go through as well. Big opportunity for him here. 3rd place on the line. Kevin's shot goes wayward. Here's an opportunity for Trainer. Trainer, he got that through, but I don't know where that golf ball landed. Looks like both competitors really struggling here on the 8th hole. And, of course, Kyle Martin right next to the hole with 55 just a putt away. But let's turn our attention now to Trainer and Long. The battle for 3rd place. It's Martin in first right now at 52 under par. Has an eagle putt in front of him, which would get him to 54. Already surpassed the scoring record that he set last year. 2nd place is me, Bob Long, 33 under par for the 4 rounds, 7 under, 9 under, 8 under, and 9 under. But Long seems to have his ball. Will he take a hack at it, or is he just dropping it? Building the suspense for nothing. But it appears as if they're both going to take a drop from the collection area right behind the front 9 green. So Long does drop it. This will be his 3rd on the par 4 18th from 21 yards away. Standing over the ball, takes the chip. Will that sit down? It runs by the hole. That's a pretty good shot there from Long. We'll give him a good comeback for what would be his par. And now for Trainer, it's very possible that he needs to hold this in order to earn himself a T3, a tie for 3rd, depending upon the results of Long's putt, and certainly he knows it. Trainer's got caught up a little bit. Now, without a doubt, he'll have to knock that one in from there to put some pressure on Long. But you got to give Kevin Long a lot of credit here. At 12 under par, he has a par putt upcoming here on the par 4 18th to give him what would be 58. And that's after he only went under 65 one time earlier in the round, shot an even par 70 in the first round of the weekend. Here's Trainer's putt. Will not go down, so he's going to bogey the last. And that's a 2 under round, and will finish him at 19 under par for the championship. A valiant and phenomenal effort from Tom Trainer. His best finish at Roughs in his long veteran tenure here. And now we're going to get another look here as we get a little closer to the green. Here's Long for his par and for 58. He could not knock it down off the outside of the right and knocks in his bogey, so he drops a shot as well back to 11 under. Now the stage is set for Kyle. He's your Roughs 2017 champion. Goes 55-55 on the weekend. And the final 2 rounds here on Sunday to win himself his now 7th Roughs Annual Golf Classic Championship. An absolutely unbelievably dominant performance. Last year we thought he was as consistent as well as big game type player as it gets, as he went 56-56 on his 2 rounds on Sunday. But now today, 55-55 at 15 under par. That's about as good as it gets. So the final results here. Kyle Martin destroys his scoring record from last year that nobody's been close to. He was 49 under last year through 4 rounds, and he's 54 this year, 49 last year. Trainer finishes at 2 under par for this round, 19 under par for the championship, and Long, a great round of 59. 11 under par, and he finishes after his -9 through the first 3 rounds, finishes at 20 under par, good for 3rd place. Now let's get the winner over here, and let's get the camera on him. Kyle Martin, the 2017 Roughs Annual Golf Classic champion. An absolutely phenomenal performance today. You went 55-55 on your 2 rounds today. I don't know if you know that yet, but
I think I did. Yeah, I was doing some math there at the end. I think that's where I ended up. So kept still adding up the scores, but we'll see.
That's better than your 56-56 last year. Today, the record at Roughs Annual Golf Club, at 6:30 a.m., it was 56. Now there's 2 55s out there on the board, and they're both from you. What's that make you feel like?
I mean, it feels pretty good. My goal at the beginning of the week was to shoot 4 rounds in the 50s, so I was able to do that. And then once I got past 14, I knew I had to play the last 4 at 1 under, and then I ended up birdieing 15. So then at that point, I was like, oh, let's go for another 56. And then when I hit the shot on 18, I thought, oh, you know what, I can make this. So I thought that's where I was at, and I think that's where I ended up. So 55 was pretty good this afternoon.
Kyle, you started at 7 o'clock in the morning today, and we had gotten a lot of rain here. The course took on a lot of water, and it was 2 different rounds. So what golf courses did you see out there today, morning and afternoon?
The only difference was really about 5 or 6 yards short of each green. There's like a little ditch that the water kind of sits. Other than that, it really wasn't that much different. It actually, I think, helps speed up the greens, because as people walked around, the wet grass got matted down a lot more than it usually does. So it actually made for a much better golf course this afternoon. So I think the rain actually worked out pretty well for us.
This is number 7, and you've created yourself a dynasty here. There's only one name on the Wall of Fame on the trophy that's not yours. To do it in such dominating fashion, and oh, by the way, a -49 coming into this week, now turned 54 under par through 4 rounds is your scoring record. I mean, what I throw all those things at you. What do those things mean?
You know, I'm playing pretty well out here. If you can get it up around the greens, it's a chip and a putt, and that's what I was able to do. So hopefully next year we can go minus 55 or better.
We'll try to do that. And this is your 2017 Ruffs Annual Golf Champion, Kyle Martin, and he'll be back next year, of course. Now, we'll leave you with this. The sportsmanship flight and the tournament flight also had champions. The sportsmanship flight, Kevin Boswick, was not able to be here, but congratulations to him, who was the top player in the sportsmanship field. And, of course, the tournament flight, we have Tom Trainer. So, Tom, will you come on camera and answer a few questions about your your tournament flight championship? You would have won the sportsman flight as well. But congratulations on your flight championship. What did you see out there this afternoon?
Well, this afternoon it played a lot differently than this morning. This morning you kind of throw it in there and it would just stick. And then this afternoon it was running a lot faster, and I just messed up around the greens this afternoon is what got to me, is why my scores today weren't as low as they were yesterday. But yeah, it was great conditions. I think we got away with one last night. The weather was expected to be a lot worse than it was, and it was just a lot of fun being with these boys, and it was fun. First time being in the final group was a blast.
First time in the final group. You have a 4th place finish now. I got to be honest, the field knows about you now. You're not going to be in the tournament flight next year. I hope you know what you got yourself into by playing this well.
Oh, geez, I better brush up on my game. No more than 9 months off of golf.
Well, congratulations on the tournament flight championship. Congratulations to Kyle Martin as well. And from Horsham, Pennsylvania, this is Bob Long signing off. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and the podcast will be available later on Bob Long Sports. Take care and have a great rest of your Sunday. Good job, guys.